Now, people go into a place, they go do something, and they set a goal for where they for how good they want to be or where they want to be when the activity that they're doing is over with and done, or whatever task they're doing is over with and done. And then once they set that goal, they try to achieve it through doing the best they can as much as possible. And if they don't achieve it, then they go back, figure out what is wrong, why they didn't achieve that goal, and then they need to work harder the next time in order to achieve that goal that they set in the beginning before they even started the task or whatever they were doing. That's normally how this world works. You just don't go out there doing absolutely. You just don't go out there doing things with no point to it. You have some type of like goal or a reason why you're doing it. Alright, now let's get to the main topic. I'm going to answer this question later in this video. Was Michigan's season a failure or a success? Let's take this season in review. Michigan came out with the Jim Harbaugh 9-3 last year. They only lost 3 games. One of them being a horrible play by the last minute punter missing the snap, allowing Michigan State to go back, get the winning touchdown after Michigan should have won. This is last year. I'm not talking about this year. No, Michigan entered this year with 3 goals in mind. Get to the Big Ten championship. That's 1. Win the big championship and go to the playoffs. That's what they entered the season to go in. The goals that they entered the season in. It was well on its way to go to those 3 places until literally the last 3 weeks of the season. Everything else was perfectly fine. In fact, the entire schedule until the last 3 weeks were probably the easiest schedule in the entire college football league. They had, seriously, they put 70 points up on Rutgers, and then the top-rated defense in the league. Honestly, during the first half of the season, I thought the only team that they could beat, that could have possibly beat them, was Bama. Even Ohio State, I thought they would have lost to Michigan. Until they actually beat Michigan. Wow. But no. Wilton Speight was a fantastic quarterback. And then Jabril Peppers, he was a fantastic player, doing everything. Offense, defense, special teams. I'm surprised he wasn't a Heisman winner. It was a guy from Louisville. But yeah. Again, I asked this question: is Michigan's season a failure or a success? Okay, take the 3 hardest games, or what would have been the 3 hardest games. Which would have been Michigan State, Iowa, and Ohio State in the regular season. Preseason, they thought Michigan State would have been so difficult. Then, once Michigan State started playing, it's like, oh, no. Michigan could easily beat them, which they did, even though Michigan State actually put up a fight that game. Praise to Michigan State because they almost beat Ohio State until that until the interception. I was so happy. Then the last 3 weeks came, and then Wilton Speight got hurt probably in the Iowa game, and they ended up losing that game on the last second field goal, aka a Lions loss. No, Iowa pulled out a Lions win. There you go. Iowa pulled out a Lions win on the game. If you know how Detroit Lions win, then you know what I mean by that. All right. And the next game they bounced back. They semi bounced back in the snow at Ann Arbor. But the score was only 20. I thought it would have been higher. It was in the snow, so that probably could have played a factor. I don't know. Then Ohio State, they should have go in there and beat Ohio State. The way Ohio State was playing, I honestly think Michigan was a better team than Ohio State. But they had a better first half than Ohio State, and then it all started going downhill from there. Ohio State got catched up to them, and they eventually won in double overtime. To be honest, I'm not going to criticize the officials for that 4th down. Me personally, I didn't think they'd make it, but I'm not criticizing the dudes because in the end, Michigan should have won that game. They beat themselves. They didn't rise up. They didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? They fell asleep during the second half. They were fine during the first half, and then they just let Ohio State take the lead and win. I mean, that 15-yard touchdown and double overtime, that could have easily been stopped. I don't even know. So they finished this regular season 10-2. The only losses were Ohio State and Iowa. All right. So I go back to the question: was Michigan's season a failure or a success? Now keep in mind, I said earlier that Michigan had 3 goals: go to the Big Ten championship, win the Big Ten championship, and go to the college football playoffs. They did not do any of those. Instead, Penn State went to the Big Ten championship. Penn State won the Big Ten championship, and Ohio State went to the college football playoffs. But Michigan, exit XXX, none, zip. If they would have won against Ohio State, they would have gone to the Big Ten championship. They probably would have won the Big Ten championship against Wisconsin, since they beat Wisconsin in a tough game at Ann Arbor. And then they would have gone to the college football playoff, and then this would be a different story coming in today, because who knows where they would be at. Maybe they would have been in a conversation for a national title. So they didn't do any of those. For Michigan fans, that sucks, because they had high expectations and they didn't achieve one of them. So what do I say? Is Michigan's season a failure or a success? I say they're a failure. I say that was a failure, because they didn't achieve any of the goals. And then they end up going to the Orange Bowl, which is still New Year's 6, which I'm not going to blame them. So they're still in a good bowl, but they didn't rise up to the expectations. They didn't meet their goals. And they had a good season until everything fell to waste when none of those goals were met. So in the end, the season was a failure. Or at least a disappointment. Not, some of you may not call it a failure, but at least a disappointment season. as I said in the very beginning of the goal. You come into places, you do these tasks with goals and to finish things, and you have reasons why you do them. But yet, if you don't achieve those goals, then why the hell are you doing it? Then you need to go back. Michigan needs to go back to reevaluate why they didn't achieve those goals. And then they gotta work hard at the Orange Bowl. They should. I hope they win against the Orange Bowl, because after the Orange Bowl, 2016 season is done, and then they need to work hard so they can go back, so they can go into next year and start those goals over and try to achieve them next year. So was Michigan season of failure a success or failure? Me, failure. Other people, they disagree. They may think it's a failure. They may say it's a success. I bet you most people say it was a disappointment season because they didn't end up where they wanted to end up. Thanks, sports fans.